What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Heal Hectic Havoc, where we talk all things healing through the power of God. And before we get started, if you hear a cackling hen in the background, sounding like Smokey Mama on Friday, that's my mama, so just ignore her. But I think on part 3, I left off where, this part 4, the last part. I know I keep every video, I'm like, oh, this the last part, this the last part. No, this really is the last part of this spiritual awakening story. So in part 3, I left off where I was telling y'all how we went to Meyer and they was stealing. Okay, boom. So we at Meyer, we get there, we get out, because mind you, we caught the bus up there. I told y'all about the signs that God was showing me that I did not need to be with these girls. I did not need to be going to Meyer with them. We was going to jail. Like, I was getting those signs, but I ignored them. So we get to Meyer, and it's in like a strip, you know how they had the strip malls, and this like it'd be a Meyer, Burlington and stuff like that. So in this strip mall, it was Meyer, Marshalls, Claire's, McDonald's. It was a PNC Bank, just a few little different stores, Five Below, stuff like that. Sorry, my allergies really bothering me today. Anyway, so before we get to the Meyer, one of the girls, she was like, I want to go on Marshalls because I need to get me some heels. I'm going out tonight. We gonna go out. XYZ, mind you, we all in the shelter. I don't know where she thought we was going out to. I mean, you could go out and, you could find something to do, but we need to be finding housing, not a party. So nonetheless, she like, okay, I want to go on Marshalls. I'm gonna get some heels. Imagine she's talking about stealing these heels. It might have had the girl that I'm speaking of. It was two girls. Like I said, it was the white girl and it was the black girl. But the black girl was really a boy, but he was trans or whatever her name. I was gonna tell y'all this girl name. That's messy. But it was really a boy. So I'm trying to figure out how you about to steal some size 11 and a half, 12 heels. I don't even think they got no 11 and a half, 12 heels. I digress. We go at Marshalls. I'm already hands already sweating and stuff like that, because I'm like, we're going to jail. I just feel it. We're going to jail. We get to the Marshalls. We walking around and stuff. She looking at the heels. She like, I don't see my size. She like, you know what? I'm gonna just get me some glasses while we here. This girl gets a pair of glasses. It's like a sensor on the glasses or whatever. Imagine, it's a store associate right by us. She like, I don't give a fuck. I'm about to rip this off right here. She rips the sensor off in front of the lady. The lady just looking like, did she just? So I just walks out of Marshall because the glasses was like right in the front of the store. I just walks out because I'm like, look, I don't need to be associated. I don't have nothing to do with this. I got kids to live up. Y'all, y'all ain't got no kids. Y'all young, body free. Y'all go to jail today. Y'all not gonna care anyway. Rips the sensors off and put the glasses on and walks out the store. And I just asked her, I'm like, so you've been doing this a long time, huh? She like, when I was 5 or 6, my mama, she used to just put a whole bunch of stuff in a cart and tell me to push it out the stuff, push the whole buggy out the stove. She like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to it. I've been doing this. So I'm just like, oh. Okay, so if we go to jail, y'all are not gonna care. So I'm like, okay, I need to figure out how I'm about to just separate myself. So now we're walking towards the Myers, and I had to come up with something, because I'm like, I'm not going in here with y'all. I'm just not. It's not happening. I'm not going to jail with y'all. God had already told me, baby girl, sit down. You don't need to be stealing. You don't need to be with them. They don't care about life. They don't care about life. So we're walking towards the Myers, and we getting closer to the door. I'm like, oh, hold on, y'all. I'ma just sit out here. I'ma smoke real quick before I come in. I'll meet y'all in there. But I tell them I'm trying to get them a couple of tips, because they don't care. I'm like, when y'all go in there, just like split up. Don't be together, stealing or whatever. Just split it. Now I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Because God listening, he watching me, so I can't even lie. I did give baby girl a list of stuff that I needed, because I wasn't going in there stealing nothing. I'm like, look, I'm about to smoke real quick, but just you go in there, because I'm like, my bag is full. I got my laptop in here, all type of allergies taking me on out. Okay, so I tell the girl, like, look, my bag full. I'm not, what I'm saying, so I'm gonna need you to put this stuff in your bag. I tell her, like, I need some body wash, I need some socks, and I need some shorts or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, I told her I needed some shorts. It's, you know. So she's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get it for you, XYZ. So they go in the store. I pimp this way, I pimp off. I sit there and smoke a little bit, then I walk the other way because I already knew this wasn't something I was supposed to be doing. But I was wrong. I can't admit that I was wrong for even telling her to steal shit for me, because you still technically stealing my boo. You still sending right then and there. Even though you didn't steal it on your own, you stealing. So I was wrong for that, but I'm just telling y'all how it happened, and I'm telling y'all the story happened, how the story happened. So hey, they go in there. So I sit outside for like 30 minutes. I eventually walk in the store and I go to the bathroom. I'm in there in the mirror taking pictures. I'm doing whatever I can to let them get the stealing out their system. And then by the time I'm done doing what I'm doing, they'll be done stealing. So I eventually come out the bathroom and I walk out. And I walk to the bus stop because I'm like, you know what? If they still in here stealing, I don't care where they at. I'm just about to get on the bus and go back about my business because I shouldn't be here anyway. So I go to the bus stop. And it's some dude. I'm sitting there. It's some dude walking back and forth. He got the bus stop, like the actual bus stop thing. He got into his hand. He like, ain't no bus gonna ever pass me again. I got my own bus stop and da 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 da. And I'm just like, he need to get back on his meds. I don't know what was wrong with him. But I looked at him and when he looked at me, he said, and I wish a motherfucker would say something. I said, okay. I looked right in that phone. I said, I'm not about to get into it with you, son. You look like you just looking for a reason. So that happens. So I look up and I see the white girl and she like, girl, where you go? I'm like, where you go? I was in my here looking for y'all. Lying. I wasn't in my here looking for nobody. I'm sitting right here waiting on the bus. But I'm like, where you go? This dumb, she opened the bag up. She like, girl, we did good. We did good. So I'm like, close your bag up. This parking lot security off the weird. So I'm asking her where the other girl is. She like, oh, she just went to the bank to get some change. And I'm standing there baffled because you mean to tell me you had change and money on you this whole time, but you wanted to steal. Like, some people just, they do things because they get a rush out of doing it. This girl come back from the bank, she counting her money and shit. And I'm just like, you risk going to jail and you had money up on you? Okay. In my head the whole time I was with them, I'm in my head like I could never hang with them again like that. After we get back to the shelter where we going, when I say every time I see them, if they turn left, I'm turning right. If I'm walking this way and they walking this way, I'm going back that way. Like, I don't need to be associated with them in no way, shape, or form. So the girl walks up. She like, yeah, y'all want some McDonald's? She was coming from Wingstop too. She had this bar, some Wingstop. So she like, I'll get y'all something from McDonald's if y'all want something. Cool. So we go to McDonald's. We order our food, and we sit down waiting on them to call our number. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking in the bag to see what's mine or whatever. I'm telling her, hold it till we get back, like at least till we get on the bus, because I don't even want that shit on me or near me. Because the way she stole them glasses at Marshall's, I just knew, like, y'all wasn't in there discreet. Y'all wasn't low at all. So I'm pretty sure they knew somebody seen y'all do what y'all did. We get sent to McDonald's. Why one of the Meyer employees come in and sit right next to us, right? So by this time we got our food, but he's sitting next to us. I'm peeping the whole scene. I'm paying attention because my job paranoid now. I'm like, I shouldn't have been here in the first place. God gave me sign after sign after sign after sign that I should not be doing what I'm doing. I shouldn't be around these people doing what they doing. But I did it anyway. They about to take us to jail. I'm still in my head like, we're going to jail. So he's sitting next to us. I'm like, oh my God, this nigga work for logistics or whatever it's called. And he's sitting there. He's just looking. And he like, oh, I just seen y'all in my ear. I'm in my head like, oh shit. He told me we in here because he texting while you doing this. So I'm just paranoid, but I'm trying to eat my food, act like I ain't even, because I didn't go in here with them. So I'm like, I'm good. I didn't go in there with them, but I'm still paranoid. So he's like, I just seen y'all in Myers, right? He like, you asked me where the bathroom was at, right? And she like, yeah, I did. You talking to the white girl. He's like, yeah, I did. So the other girl stands up and she's like, no, she was over at the, like, getting some pop out of the pop machine. But the white girl and the dude that work in Meyer, they talking while she's walking up with her pop. So he asking her, like, what's your name? She like, oh, my name is such and such and such and such. And I'm just in my head like, this dummy. This damn dummy. He setting you up, boo. He setting you up. So I'm just so paranoid. The girl walks up with her pop and she like, did she tell you she was stealing out of Meyer? And I'm just like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? So as soon as she said that, I stood up, I rolled my food up, and I stood up. I said, y'all some dumbass criminals. And I walked right out of McDonald's. I walked right out and I ran back to the bus stop. I went back to the bus because but again, God told me you should not be here doing what you're doing or even in association with anybody doing what they're doing. So, just all on me. This my fault at this point. So, they in there talking to him. When they come out, I said, you just dumb. You dumb. I said, all he was missing was an earpiece. He didn't need the earpiece. He texting him right now. I'm like, he texting him. Even though he probably wasn't, but I'm just saying, be smart. If you gonna do some dumb shit, at least be smart doing the dumb shit. I don't know. But I'm telling her, like, he probably texting the security team right now. Yeah, I got him. They right here at McDonald's. Pull up. Like, I was so annoyed. Like, I was so annoyed. And I was more so annoyed with myself because I knew I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing. I shouldn't have been in association with nobody doing anything like this. And I knew that I just started walking on a path with God. I just repented for my sins. I just started getting into my Bible heavy. God's been speaking to me. He's been speaking to me through dreams. He's been coming to me out of body experiences, all of these things. So why would I even put myself in a situation like this? So I ain't even really mad at them. I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at myself. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't take accountability for the situations they end up in. That was my fault. They ain't had nothing to do with that. They was just living their life how they normally live their life. They still every day. I knew that this was not something that I should be doing. So why would I be mad at them? Alright, so we get on the bus or whatever. We wait on the bus, we get on the bus. Mind you, we at the bus stop, there's people sitting there. She's showing them like, I just ran off on Myers. I done ran off on them. Look, I just got this. She done stole pennies out of Myers. She got the pennies in her hand. She's swinging them. She like, I ain't got no pennies on. Ain't got no pennies on. I ain't got no pennies on the dance floor. Just, when I say over there tweaking, I'm sitting there the whole time in my head like, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know to turn around. I'm really just having a conversation with myself at this point. I done blocked everybody out around me. Like, I know to turn around. I'm just sitting there the whole time like, I hope the security don't pull up on us right now. Because I'm guilty by association. So I'm really just sitting there like, man, never again. Never again. So, like I said, I got that whole lesson out of stealing. Like, when I told y'all in part 3, I stole from the gas station. The dude stopped us and started talking about God, and before we even got on the bus, all of this. So when this happened, like when this all was said and done, I just knew, like, yeah, you can never do nothing like this again. You can't hang with these girls. You need to watch the company you keep. You can't be cool with everybody. The life that you're walking into, the path that you're getting ready to walk on, everybody can't walk that path with you. Everybody don't think like you. Everybody not trying to do things in a righteous way. So you can't be around everybody. When your light start to shine in the darkness, you can't be around everybody. You can't. Okay, so we get on the bus. She having fun with her panties. She ain't got no panties on the dance floor, all this and that. The whole ride on the bus, I'm just like, never again. I would never, like, this the last time you hookers gonna see me. This the last time, I'm telling you. Y'all might see me in passing, but I'ma act like I don't know y'all. Then we on the bus. Why y'all? So I don't know if y'all ever been on the bus. Some people that say they never caught the bus or whatever case, but the police is riding behind the bus. Sometimes like one of the officers come jump on the bus and I don't know. They ride behind the bus. She like, oh my God. The white girl like, oh my God. Cause mind you, at this point she done already gave me my stuff so I could put my little stuff that they took from me in my bag. She like, oh my God, the police are behind us. Girl, I put that bag so fast. Why do I keep saying girl? I know it's not only girls watching, but I pulled that stuff out that bag so fast and threw it to her. I said, look, I ain't going down with y'all. I got up from Brown them and I stayed all the way over there on the other side of the bus because guess what? I ain't moving with you. I got shit to do tomorrow. I can't go to jail today, you know. So, but all of this it worked out because it just let me know like you can't do you can't be around everybody. Even though you weren't in there actually stealing, you should have learned that lesson when you did what you did at the gas station. And God will let you know if you're in lack and you don't have everything you need, I will provide you with everything that you need. And I'm gonna tell you, you will see what I mean. Like I told y'all, I stole some soap. I'm gonna tell you, God will provide you with everything that you need when you're in lack. You don't gotta do nothing out of God's will. You don't have to. God made you in His image. You don't do things that's not of God, cause He will provide the things for you that you need. I'm telling you. So I'm gonna tell y'all later what I mean by that. So the police officer got on the bus. He chopping it up with the driver XYZ. He gets off the bus, and she's like, "Oh my God, I was so scared." And I'm just telling her, like, you want to go to jail because you're so obvious. Y'all telling everybody y'all come into contact, anybody that'll listen, that y'all just stole out of mine. Do y'all want to go to jail? Do y'all want to? So I was just so annoyed. Boom. So we get back to the shelter. At this point, I'm just like, I instantly just separate from them. I tell them like, all right, I got an interview tomorrow, so I'll kick with y'all later. When I tell y'all that next day, I get up, get myself together. Like I'm about to, like I said, in the mornings I get up, get myself together, and I go out. I fill out applications, whatever I need to do to keep myself busy, something productive that's gonna get me out of the situation I'm in. So yeah, I'm up and out, and I see them. They down here. I'm walking this way, and they walking towards me, but they on the other side of the street. Cause I guess they had already left the building for the day, but they on the other side of the street. Cause it's two buildings. Like one building where we eat and stuff at, and they got like a lounge and stuff in there, and then it's the building where the bed's at. So I'm coming out the building where the bed's at. It's like 8 in the morning. They on that other side, cause I guess they about to go into the other building to eat or whatever. And I see them, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I feel like Brenda, a scary movie. Oh, I hope she don't see me. They're like, Ray. I'm like, they saw me. They saw me. So I instantly bust that left because I don't want to be associated with y'all in no way, shape, or form. So boom, I voiced them for that part of the day. So I think this was on Saturday. This was like a Saturday. So the shelter had let us know, like, are we doing a little event in the park? Because they had a park attached to the shelter. We're doing a little event. They're going to have horses for the kids, bounce houses, face painting. And they're going to be giving away free stuff. They're going to have a little concert. Enjoy Detroit was there. Like, it was a whole little event. So, boom, fast forward to when the event started. It's like, I think it's like 4 p.m. No, it's like 1 p.m. So we, it's a line to get in the event. So we finally get into the event. And I see them, and I wasn't trying to be mean. So I just started talking. I was kicking it with them while we at the little event. Because I'm like, can't steal nothing here. Everything's free. So I can kick it with y'all for a second. So, and this is what I meant by God will provide you with the things that you need in the right time. And like, you don't have to do things out of His will. Like I said, they was giving away free stuff. Girl, I got me some African flag soap. I got me some tissue, some hand sanitizer. I got some books for my kids. I got a whole bunch of little stuff. I could have went to jail for stealing that bar soap. I could have went to jail for you stealing that body wash for me and them socks and shit. But when I just came up here, and I got a whole bunch of free stuff. God will provide you with the things that you need in the right time. Like, you just walk. If you're walking in the will of God, if you surrender your life over to Him, He will provide you with not only the things that you need, but plus some. He gonna give you a little extra because you're obedient. You have to be obedient in this life. With obedience comes a winning season. I'm telling you, I'm in my winning season right now. Whether it's obvious it don't gotta be obvious to the world. It's not about them. It's about God's glory and God's grace. So, like I said, yeah, I'm in my winning season now. And the reason I say that is because I have a better understanding of what I need to be doing in this life. There's a lot of people that don't know their purpose. There's a lot of people that don't know where they going day to day. I got a vision. I've always been the type of person that had a vision for my life. I've always been motivated. I've always been vision driven. Like, I've always had a goal that I was working towards. Whether it be going back to school, whether it be learning how to do nails, whether it be selling hair. Like, at one point I had my own hair company where I was selling hair. At one point, I was in school to do nails. Like, I'm always trying to get to that next level. But when you walk in the will of God, you don't even got to figure it out. He's going to put it in your face. He might do it through one of your dreams. You might wake up the next morning like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. God will put it in your face. You just have to walk in his will. Be obedient. Do what he tell you to do, man. Like, come on. And that's all I had to do in that situation, but me being just stubborn and thinking, oh, I need some soap right now. I had soap for the day. I washed up that day. Like, girl, you should have just told yourself, God gonna work it out. And he did work it out, but I already had the soap and stuff like that. But had I walked on that righteous path and let God handle it, let him take that wheel, I wouldn't have sinned and stolen off. So like, that's crazy to me. Still, it's just like, I'm not judging nobody. Everybody that sinned in this life, I done did some of the worst sins ever. But when you surrender to God, you have to let him take over. Stop letting your flesh, because when you do things like that, when you're sinning and you stealing and you people out here killing people, fornicating, adultery, all of these sins, when we're walking in those sinful activities, that's us letting our flesh take over. The flesh is weak. We can't let our flesh. That's why I support the fast, and that's what I'm gonna start doing. Just fasting from things that I know. Even if I start with 1 or 2 days, fasting from something I know I shouldn't be doing, and I'm gonna start with smoking because that's something that I know I should not be doing. But fasting from things that we know are not working towards our greater good, that's not elevating us. Start with 1 or 2 days a week. You don't have to be perfect, but just let God know. Let him meet you somewhere. You gotta let God meet you somewhere. He'll meet you in the middle, but he can't meet you in the middle if you all the way over here and you're not even willing to walk towards the middle. So he's not looking for us to be perfect, but we had to start somewhere. We gotta try. Okay, so back to the story. So we got that van. I said, I'm kicking it with them and things like that. Now, mind you, I told you, old girl, she like, I'm going out today. I want to go to a motorcycle club. I want to do X, Y, Z. And she ready to turn up. Like I said, these two girls, they don't care about life. They don't care where they end up at. They younger than me. I'm 28. One of the girls, I think I said, was 24, 25, and the other one was 26 or 27. But they ain't had no kids. They ain't care about, even if, and kids don't even, that's not even a factor in this. Even if they had kids, they just didn't care about life, period. They like, wherever the wind blow me. Because when I ain't had kids, I still was vision driven. Like, I still was, I had a vision for my life. So, that led, and me knowing this, that's why I should have just kicked it with them for that little time being and went on by my business. But I did. So, excuse me. God bless me. Okay, so.
And I forgot to add, it was another girl that they would hang with. And when I bumped into them that day, I asked them like where she was at. And they said she was in jail because they was still in that Dollar General that morning. Crazy, right? Right.
I did. So we standing outside the bin. It's like 4 or 5 now. No, it's 4 o'clock. I think it's about 4 o'clock. And it's a lady. It's 2 people in the truck. It's a older lady and a dude that was in like his 40s or 50s. They sitting in the car. Me and a girl standing on the fence. And the lady that was in the car, she's like, hey, my brother want to talk to you. So we looking at each other like, who is she talking about or whatever. And she like, you right there. So I said, I'm like, get out the car or whatever. So he gets out. I'm chopping it up with him for a second. Man, this man got an ankle monitor on. He got an ankle monitor on. Okay? So, my allergies killing me today. He got an ankle monitor on. So we chopping it up with him, and he's just like, oh, we can finish this party. We can go to Belle Isle, throw something on the grill. Belle Isle is like a little, like the Metro Beach in my city or whatever, one of the parks in my city. So he like, we can take the grill to Belle Isle, throw something on the grill. I'll get y'all some liquor, XYZ. I let my flesh take over. I'm in the shelter. I'm like, fuck it, let's turn up on his time. Dumbest thing I could ever did. So we go to the liquor store. Mind you, he's flirting with me. He's being overly sexual. All of this, it just thinking about it, just like, ugh. Anyway, we go to the liquor store. He gets some liquor. I give me a little cut water. We get some cut waters. these girls, they want buzz, but we got a big buzz ball. It was blueberry, like a blueberry buzz ball, a big one. And then we got some dark liquor or whatever. Yeah, so we leave the liquor store. The lady that he was with was his sister, and she was dating a dude that stayed in the shelter. Like, he's not in the shelter, but he ended up, they have apartments like above the shelter, so he stayed in one of the apartments. So we are, it's him and it's the older dude, the older lady, which is the guy's sister that was driving, and then it's me, him, and then it's the two girls. We go to Belle Isle. So before we get to Belle Isle, we stop at the grocery store because he was doing something for somebody in his area or something like that. The sister is telling me how she done cut up one of his girlfriends, but she was trying to use him for his money, all this crazy stuff. So basically, on the way from the shelter down to Belle Isle, I'm getting signs that the sister's crazy, he's crazy. I don't need to be with these people. I already don't need to be with the girls I'm with, but I definitely don't need to be with them. So when we get to Belle Isle, the sister is already the older lady. The sister, she's like drunk. So she telling me all their business. Yeah, the only reason he stayed, the only reason that ain't nobody killed him yet is because I got pool in our area where we stay and stuff like that. Because if it wasn't for me, he'd be dead. He take advantage of me and all this. She's telling me all their business. So I'm just like, okay, we gonna have our last look of drinks. They gonna drop us off. So fast forward, we at Belle Isle and stuff like that. He's, like I said, he's trying to be overly sexual and all this other. It's just like, I shouldn't have been with him. But no, fast forward, they arguing the whole time back. The boyfriend, he's ready to go. They arguing the whole way back, the sister and brother. So he like, I'm trying to, when we get back to the shelter, I'm trying to tell him like, well, you could just drop us off with them. The sister wanted to stay with her boyfriend. She was gonna go up to his apartment, and he's like, no, y'all can come with me. We can finish turning up in XYZ. Against my better judgment, we go with him. Mind you, him and his sister arguing, so we gotta wait till they leave. Wait till they done arguing. Anyway, I'm trying to calm them down. They don't want to stop arguing. They arguing. So boom, we eventually leave. We go back in front of his house. We drinking out there. He's trying his hardest to get me like upstairs and stuff by myself. He like, is that good? They out here turning up. You come up. I'm not coming upstairs with you. So when you dealing with people and you can tell their intentions not good, you need to get out of that situation ASAP. Because it's no time. I'm so glad by the grace of God that I made it back home. But this is what the story is leading up to, me getting back home. Yeah, I like to call it my homecoming because anything could have happened this night. I'm telling you. So, and I've been in situations like this before, but like I said, God's been walking with me for so many years and I didn't even know. I'm glad that now I have a relationship with him and I hear him. He speaks to me. I hear him. So, like, we communicate with each other and God actually talks back. Like, I actually can feel his energy. I actually can decipher when he's speaking to me and when he's actually trying to tell me what to do. I can actually feel it and hear it now because I've surrendered my life over to him. If you're not going to surrender your life over to God, you're praying, you just praying for things that you want, and you're not telling him how you're grateful, and you're not actually building that rapport with him and speaking to him on a daily basis. When you're praying to him for things that you want, you're not going to get no response. He don't know you. He don't know you. He don't know you and you don't know him. So you have to build that relationship. Okay, boom. So eventually I tell him, like, just take us back. We got to be in. We had a curfew. So we had to be there by 11. So it's 10:40. I'm like, just drive us back off. So we get back to the building. Things go left again. He's back out there arguing with his sister. As we're walking into the building so they could check our bags, a girl that tried to get into it with me a couple days before, she's one of these type of females that try to just, she's been at the shelter for like she's a repeat offender. Like, she's been here multiple times, and in this time that she's been here, they told me she was there for like 3 months. So she tried, when new people come in, she try to see if they she like to start stuff. So she said that one of the girls I was with bumped her. So the argument breaks out. We all arguing now because I'm like, hold on, y'all not about to fight. And she like, you the girl from the other day, what you want to do? Like, a whole argument breaks out. And a whole argument broke out, and sorry, my son came in here, he being nosy. So a whole argument broke out, and then Long story short, we all end up getting put out of the shelter. They like pack y'all stuff up, everybody get out. Y'all can't stay here tonight. So we get put out. We get put out the shelter. So at this point, I'm mad because it's like I ain't even had nothing to do with the fight or altercation. I'm trying to break it up, but she got sassy. She was talking crazy to me. So the dude that we was with that day, I just felt like it was something off about him. Like he seemed like the type that'd beat you or rape you or do something crazy to you. Like you come up missing type dude. So the dude that was with his sister, he had took all my stuff and put it in his car because he was still out there. And his sister argued or whatever, and he was still sitting out there. So he put it in his car. This the only ride I got. I don't got no family to call. Like I said, I don't really get along with none of my family for real. Me and my sister just got into it. My kid's father, no. And then I got into it with my mom. So I didn't really have nobody to call. So at this point, I got in this truck. Worst mistake I made. Got in this truck. So at this point, mind you, okay, so earlier that day I had met another dude that be up at the shelter, but he be up there cooking and stuff like that. So he tell me like, it was a little encounter. Like he walked past me, he like, smile, why you look so mad? And we started having a conversation. He gave me his number. He said, yeah, if you need anything, just let me know. So the situation happens. I guess he was still out there. And he seen everything. So when I'm in this dude's car, he pulled off at this point. And he like, oh, you could come to my house and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, just you could take me to my people's house, or you can just drop me off around the corner from my people's house. He like, no, you might as well come to my house. Getting like mad that I'm like telling me that I'm going to his house and stuff. So I'm just like, and then out of nowhere, the dude that I met earlier that day that said, call me if you need anything, he called my phone. And then sorry, these kids won't let me do nothing. So the guy, like I said, the guy that called me, the guy that gave me his number earlier that said call if I need anything, we exchanged numbers earlier that day. And lo and behold, he started calling my phone. So I answered because I'm scared at this point. Like, I don't know what this dude about to do. He telling me I'm going back to his house, right? So I answered. And he like, where you at? What's going on? X, Y, Z. And I tell the dude, like, pull up at the store because I need a black and mild. I'm just saying anything for me to get out of his car. So when I get out the car, I tell him what store I'm in and stuff. He pulls up because, mind you, we're around the corner from the shelter. He pulls up and I walk over to his car and I tell him the situation. The dude kind of got bucked with him. Like, no, she not. I can take her to her people's house. I can do this. I'll do it. Like, he was really getting angry. So I'm just like, I start crying. I'm like, look, just give me my stuff. Long story short, he ended up giving me my stuff. So now I'm in the car with this dude. I feel more comfortable being in his car because his demeanor was just calm, cool, collected. He seemed like he was just trying to help me. But even if people seem like they're trying to help you and they're calm, cool, collected, that don't mean trust them. That don't mean it. Because a lot of people be wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm telling you. They be wolves in sheep's clothing. So he ended up, I ended up riding with him to his apartment. So when I get to his apartment, the vibe just started to change. That's why I'm saying you can't trust people just because they kind of cool collected. When I got in that apartment, he started to say sexual stuff. He started to give off the demeanor that he would do something to me, harm me inappropriately. So what I did was, like, I just started calling my mama's phone and I'm like, oh, I'm about to come over there, can you unlock the door and stuff? And I had it up so we could hear it. She like, yeah, I'm gonna unlock the door, where you at? I told her the exact street I was on so he could hear it, cause yeah. And then I just told him like, oh, my people stay around the corner, so I'm about to just go ahead and walk home. You ain't gotta worry about it. Mind you, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, but I had to get up out of there. I feel like if I was, and then he was like, oh, I'm asking like, where your couch at? He like, no, you can just sleep in the bed with me. I don't know you from nowhere, you know. So it was that kind of situation. So when he heard I was on the phone with my mom. When he heard her say that, he like, I could take you. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it, I got it. He like, you know you're gonna lose friends like that, right? And I'm like what? Lose friends like what? He like, you got me feeling like oh boy that you just got out the car with. And that right there let me know that he was on had some ill intention, because what do you mean I got you feeling like him? He was on some weird stuff. So you was on the same type of timing. So he said that, and I'm just like, no, I want to walk because I want to clear my mind. I went through a lot today. He like, all right, well, since you said like that, I'm gonna go and let you walk. He like, just call me when you make it home. And that's why I said this was my home corner. Literally, God set this up. He knew, God knows everything that's gonna happen before it happens. He knew how this day was gonna go. He knew the dog was gonna try that, but you have to make the right decisions because God, it'll be two outcomes. If you can go this way or that way. I think you're gonna go this way because you're my child, but if you go that way, it's gonna end up bad. I just ended up making the right decisions to get myself out of this situation. But God lined up those decisions for me. He lined up the opportunity for me to make it back home. The dude that I ended up with, he stayed 2 blocks from here. Literally, his apartment is literally around the corner from my mama's crib. That's why I said he was literally just my ride home. He was my ride home. I went through all of that at that shelter to get the lessons that I needed to get out of it. God put me through that for a reason. I went through all of that for a reason, to get those messages and get those lessons out of the situation. And when God seen that I was ready, he set it up for me to get back home. And I made it back home. I'm here. I'm here. I'm back home. I'm back home. I'm unscathed, unharmed, untouched. The devil can't do nothing to you when you got God with his hands on you. If God got his hands on you, the devil cannot do nothing to you. I'm telling you. But if you get the devil a little smidget of a way to slither on in, he can get you. But if you keep that word, if you stay in your word, if you build that relationship with God, if you pray every day, you read your word, you get closer to him, you understand what type of guy he is, he gonna make it happen for you. No matter what situation you're in, he's gonna pull you out of it. And I know right now, when me starting my YouTube channel, when me being consistent, when me actually doing the things that I say I'm gonna do in his will, I know I'm gonna be a millionaire. Like, I'm not tripping. And I'm not just saying off, YouTube, I'm gonna be a millionaire off YouTube. A lot of people are. So I ain't gonna say that ain't gonna, it can't happen, because it might. But what I'm saying is, if I just keep every day doing what I need to do through the will of God, I'm never gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose. I don't care what nobody say about me right now. I don't care the stigmas they putting on my name, the dirt, the salt they throwing on my name right now, because there's a lot of people throwing dirt on my name right now. I don't care. My father said that I'm his child. I'm made in his image. That's all I need. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to know. Man can't move me. If you start letting worldly things affect your energy, affect the way that you think, affect the moves that you make in this life, you already lost. You already lost. This worldly shit don't matter. Especially if you want to elevate to that kingdom, from the pit to the palace, from the slums to salvation. If you want to elevate this worldly shit, you can't care about what nobody think about you. Do what God said. God told me to start a YouTube channel. He told me to. I'm elevating you. I'm promoting you. He told me that. So why would I let the opinion of man, the opinion of worldly people, worldly men and worldly individuals, they judge based off of materialistic things. They judge people based off of looks, materialistic things, who you know. Stuff like that. God judges. He measures the type of person you are off your heart. If you got a nasty heart, if your heart is black like coal, you're nothing. You're nothing. The real stuff, the spiritual part of it, you're being judged based off of your heart posture, period. So don't let these worldly things and the things that people say stop you from doing what you're doing. God will lead the way. And then let's get into the final part of this. When I got home, I locked up my mama door. I'm still drunk. I ain't gonna lie, I was drunk that day. Still drunk. And when I called her, I was just like, I need to come there because I'm not trying to tell her what's really going on. And she like, did you hurt somebody? And me being in my drunk mind, I get there and I'm like, you asked me that I hurt somebody? What about if somebody hurt me? Like, and I just broke down because I'm like, why do people always think that I'm this type of person and I'm not? I'm harmless as a fly. Like, I wouldn't hurt a fly. I I wouldn't. Like, I'm not a harmful person. I'm very nice. I'm kind. I'm giving. And I just broke down because I'm like, why do everybody think? I just went into this whole little thing. And then after my rant, I laid on the middle of my mama living room floor. And the last thing I remember saying is, God got me. That's the last thing I remember saying. I said, God got me. And I went to sleep. Do y'all know that next morning when I woke up, I instantly woke up into another outer body experience sent down from God. And I'm not going to tell y'all the whole ins and outs of this experience, but the messages I got from this outer body experience, this is the second one that I'm experiencing, okay, throughout this whole thing. The messages that I got from this experience from God were that the only way that you're going to elevate, it starts here. It starts at home. It starts with you and your mother. Y'all have to mend your relationship. Y'all have to help each other get yourselves together. This is where your elevation starts, at home. He brought me back home for a reason. And through my second spiritual awakening that I had the next day when I got back home, he told me, help her get her she's a hoarder, help her get her house together. Help her get her health together. In helping her, you're going to be helping yourself. And it was a few other aspects of the spiritual awakening that I won't share because those are more so personal things. But the main point of it was, in helping your mom, you're going to be helping yourself. And that's going to be you breaking the generational curse. And when I say I'm forever grateful for the experience that I've experienced over this last month, just growing closer to God, when I say I've experienced some things that I never thought were possible humanly, I never thought were possible, and just in this human realm, I never thought. So I really wanted to share this experience with somebody else because I feel like it's people that went through something like this and don't even know what they experienced, or they didn't. They experienced it and they probably thought, and they blew it off and they just kept on doing the things that they were doing. No, you have to change. You got to change your heart posture. You got to change your actions. You got to change your whole way of being, because if you do, a lot of people feel like they stuck. You don't have to be stuck. If you grow that relationship with God, and this coming from somebody who used to say, I always used to say, oh, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I'm still a spiritual being. You know, I'm not religious because I don't put myself in that box of, anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm a spiritual being, but I always used to say, I don't think God is real. I used to say that all the time. I used to say stuff like, why would I look up to a white God? And I still do believe. I don't believe God was white. Yeah, whole nother conversation. But I always used to say I don't believe in God. And for me to be, and for me to go through what I went through, and me to feel that the connection that I have with Him, and it's so strong for me to feel that coming from somebody like me, I'm telling y'all, build that relationship with Him. He gonna lead the way. He gonna guide you, and you're not even gonna have to. You gonna be walking through this world carefree. You gonna be living life just off of love, off of you having faith, off of you having a relationship with Him, with God. I'll just put this message out because I feel like a lot of people need to wake up to that. Like, you can't do everything by yourself. You can't. You have to have that relationship with Him. And once you build that bond with God, there's nothing that you're not going to be able to do. He's going to always guide the way. He's always going to lead you through things. So I'm not going to keep rambling on. This video was long enough. So I appreciate y'all coming to my channel, Heal Hectic Havoc. I hope to see y'all in more videos and, future to come. I'm uploading once a day, every day. Every day I'm uploading videos. So this channel is going to be about encouragement, building your faith, just different aspects of becoming a better person. So if you like it over here, if you feel like this is a safe space, because it is a safe space with me. I'm a vulnerable person. It's always going to be real, raw, and uncut over here. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.